It's your girl once again, Sakara Bay, your favorite motivational speaker and author. Back again. Some of you may have been expecting me. Some of you may not have been expecting me. Either way, I am here. I am here. And I am here with a message, and I shall deliver. I'll give you all a couple moments to kind of figure yourself out. Do I want to pop on here? Do I feel like a life lesson on this Wednesday before Christmas morning? Or do I just feel like maybe tuning into it later? Either way, I appreciate your presence here and my views and everything, the way they have been increasing lately. I am so grateful that people take their time out to look at these videos. That means so much to me. Thank you. Either way, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. Happy middle of the week. I am so I am still surprised how how the days are just rolling around from one Wednesday to another Wednesday. It seems like time is just moving so quickly. Is it just me, or is time just moving so quickly? Either way, keeping that in mind, we should always be mindful of what we do with our time. Like, what are you doing to make the most out of your time? That is so important, because you don't want to look back and realize that a bunch of time has gone past and you didn't do much to contribute to bettering yourself. We are free to do whatever we choose to do with the time that God has allowed us here on this earth. And in all honesty, we never know when our time may come to an end. And sometimes we want to kind of think about, what kind of reflection do I want to leave here on this earth? What kind of message do I want to leave to my children or to my children's children? What kind of impact do I want to have on them? Our everyday lives and our everyday activities, the things that we do on the regular basis, is a walking testimony. We're a living testimony. They're going to remember us for the way that we lived our lives. So I don't know how much weight that holds with you or how important to you that is, but I think about those things. I think about the impact that I have on my children and the example that I make towards my children and what it means to them, or if they're proud of me, or if they want to do well because they see their mother doing well, and it drives me to want to do better. Knowing and seeing even the slightest things, honor roll or anything, I would like to think that I am having a positive impact on the decisions that my children make on a regular basis, and these things will carry on for them for a very long time. And that's why I try to express so much to you that the decisions that we make, it does not just stop with us. A lot of times we tell our children, don't do as I do as I say. But what kind of example are we showing them? We have to be very mindful in the way that we live and the things that not only our children, but the people who love us, like, what do they see you doing? You are an adult person, and by all means, you do have the right to choose to do whatever you want to do. But the people around you, they see you and they love you and they care about you, and they don't want to see you live in any kind of way and suffering. A lot of people have been suffering in their lives for a very long time. And I believe that our days of suffering are over. And the only way that we can make that our reality is if we declare that over ourselves. My days of suffering is over. I have suffered long enough. I have went back and forth through some of the same issues with some of the same people for long enough. I don't want to suffer anymore. I want to walk into some of the best years of my life. And I want to do that beginning right now. I want to start walking into my greatness right now. So that is a personal sound decision that we have to make within ourselves for us to live the life that we so desire to live. Listen, I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm trying to help somebody today. I just got on here. I ain't even been on here for 5 minutes. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. We are in a season of new beginnings. The year is almost over. I don't know how much that means to you, but I am glad, I am excited, I am nervous. I'm thinking about some of the things that I want to see happen for me in my future and in my life and my children, the things that I want, accomplishing some goals, just doing some things that I have never done before. So I'm excited for myself. I want to continue to keep that excitement for me, because the more I'm excited for it, the more I'm going to want to chase after that excitement. And it's healthy things, setting new habits, accomplishing positive goals, and making a better human being out of myself. I want to bring out the absolute best inside of me. I want to bring it outside of me. I already know what the other side looks like and feels like, and the places that the other side has led me. Now it is time for me to walk into the best of me. So I don't know where you all are in your journey or in your walk. I can only speak personally for where I am in my life right now. I know that we are all human, and in so many ways we are more alike than we are different. Whether we want to realize it or not, or whether we want to admit that or not, we have all of the same emotions. We respond to our emotions in different ways, and we are our own unique and individual people. We don't react the same to things, but we all desire some of the same things in our lives. So I know what it feels like to be human. Basically, I know what that feels like to have human desires. And I don't want to deny myself those human desires. And I don't want you to deny yourself those human desires either, because sometimes we can work against the will of God, our own happiness, and we can create our own problems for ourselves and get in the way of our own destiny and block our own blessings. And we don't want to do that. So if that has been your reality for way too often, I mean, I know we have our good days and we have our bad days. But if that has been your reality, that you have just been in your own way, begin to remove yourself out of your own way so you can see clearly. You can begin to do that by thinking differently in your mind, by thinking clearly, by shifting your perspective on your life, creating better habits for yourself, changing the way that you have been doing some things for so many years. There are things, this is why I talk to y'all. This is why, like, all of the messages, all of the life lessons, all of the things that we have learned along the way, all of the things that, I am trying to relate over to you guys in so many different ways. It's all life. It's all our experience in life, and we should be learning from these things. There's no way in the world that we should be at the end of 2023 and still be suffering through some of the same things that we have been suffering through for so many years. So it's time for our suffering days to be over. So that is just what I had placed in my heart. That is nothing that I have in my notes or even relating to this week's life lesson. So come on in here. That was just the introduction. Good morning. God bless you. I love you. You are welcome right here to this week's life lesson. Happy Wednesday once again. We meet at a place of peace and humility, ready and willing to open up our hearts and our minds to the great possibilities that may lie ahead for us. There are great possibilities of what our life may be in the future, but it all depends on us. So we can begin by opening our hearts and our minds right here, right now, right here, starting with this message. I may say something to you here today that might break something wide open for you. You are welcome here to allow yourself to kind of shift the trajectory of your life and change it from the direction that it has been going in, which may not have been so favorable for you, into the direction that you want it to go into. So you can come in here and you can just lay it all down, lay down your worries, lay down your anxiety, lay down your problems. You keep trying to worry your way into a solution and help everybody and all that kind of stuff, and you don't have to do that here. You can lay down the worries of the world, and you can open yourself up to receive a positive message and begin to start with you, because that is the starting point in the beginning of all great things anyways, when we start to work on ourselves. So before we get started, of course, let's pause for a few moments of silent gratitude. Don't make me go there. For those of you who are already familiar with my technique and the way that I go about these things, especially during my weekly life lessons. Before I jump into this message, I always start off every message with a few moments of silent gratitude. We are not doing God a favor by thanking Him, your higher power, whoever you choose to call Him by. I am, by all means, I am not any type of religious teacher. I am a very spiritual person. I do have a connection and a relationship with my higher being, and I think it is very important to always consume myself in the attitude of gratitude. I have watched miracles break loose in my life because I am not afraid to be grateful. I can attribute the fact that I am grateful on the regular basis to me being as blessed as I am right now. I know that it is because of it, because I am not afraid to say thank you. I do not take the credit for where my life is today. I am very blessed on so many levels, and I can't say it's because I did this and because I did that. I know it is all by the grace of God that I am where I am. And I don't deny myself the gift of being grateful. I would rather be grateful at this point in my life right now more than anything. So no matter where you are in your life, what point that you are in your life, whether things are looking great for you or whether things are not looking great for you, always continue to hold on to some kind of hope for your future. But no matter what it is, take time out to be grateful for the things that you have. There is a whole new world that lies on the other side of learning how to be grateful. So we can close our eyes, or you don't have to close your eyes, but I strongly suggest that you join in these few moments of silent gratitude. Take a few breaths. Focus on your breaths. Don't even worry about who you argued with this morning or last night or your boss or your job or your kids or any of that. Just think about at least 5 things that you are most grateful for, and allow those things to go through your mind as you prepare yourself to receive this week's life lesson. So here we go. That's it. Like I kind of crammed. That thing was jam packed for me. So I don't know how you choose to take advantage of those few moments, but I can literally feel my vibration raising up just in those moments where you can just lay down your stress and your heartache and your fatigue and your emotional distress or your health issues or whatever the situation may be. You can still find it within yourself to find some gratitude and feel good about your life. I promise you. I promise you with everything inside of me that whatever your situation is, it can be worse. It can be worse. We have so many reasons that we can complain, or we want to complain, or we choose to complain, or what have you. And I'm telling you, your situation can be worse. There are so many people out here that are suffering in so many ways, and my heart goes out to them, and I pray for them. And I consider myself very blessed on so many different levels because of where I am today, even if I have not reached the point of success or happiness or whatever, the things that I work hard towards obtaining on the regular basis. Yes, I still want to work on myself, and I want more out of life, but I'm so grateful for what I have. That was good news on my phone. I'm not going to answer it right now, but I know it was good news and I'm so grateful for that. But I'll get back to that phone call later. Just more things for me to be grateful for. Just more things for me to be grateful for. I had a blessed week this far. And it's just Wednesday. My Monday was amazing. My Tuesday was amazing. Even this morning started off well. I'm always up really bright and early and trying to help my children establish better lives for themselves. And even I don't like getting up early in the morning. Sometimes I'm up really late at night, but I can always find joy and peace and gratitude in my life without complaint, even through the midst of the chaos and the busyness and the early mornings and late nights and all of those type of things. My heart is just truly grateful for where I am today, and I want us all to be grateful in the way that that we should be grateful. We should be grateful more than anything. When I did a study on emotions, so gratitude is an emotion, and it is one of the least used emotions, or the least favorite emotions. And I was like, why do people not like to express gratitude? We don't like to express gratitude enough to one another. We don't choose or like to express gratitude enough to our higher power. I wonder if we even like to express enough gratitude to ourselves. like I'm thankful for where I am today. Have you thanked yourself lately? Like, I'm so grateful and thankful that that I made the right decision today. It will probably empower you to make more better decisions more often, even if you show yourself a little more gratitude or celebrate yourself a little more for your accomplishments. So just be grateful for yourself. Maybe you would want to do better within yourself. So gratitude is an emotion that we need to use more often. So are y'all ready for the topic of this week's life lesson? I know I am. I am super, super excited and geeked up about getting into this week's life lesson. So God placed it in my heart to talk about the power of believing. The power of believing. Belief. That is going to be what we are talking about today. We are talking about belief. How does that resonate with you? Where are you with that? I know I did a study on faith before, so I know that there is it's a difference. I don't want to say a big difference between faith and belief, but I know the two things do sound similar: hope, faith, belief. And I kind of look at those things in contrast, because number one, I don't want to find myself teaching the same things over and over and over again. I want a lot of these things to sound fresh and brand new and appealing to you. And not only appealing to you, but appealing to myself too. And I know that life is repetitious. Life is a repetitious thing, and that's just something that we can't get around. But I know I love when it's appealing to me as well, when I feel like I'm just doing something on a different level or presenting something differently than what I may have presented it before in the past. So this is new. This is absolutely new by all means. The power of believing. So belief is what we accept to be true. And that's just basically, I want us all to be on the same page of what belief is. That is why I wrote that down. Belief is what we accept to be true. So we have our own personal beliefs, things that we may have been taught coming up in our religion or in our homes or in our family. I don't think that no two households are the way that people operate things inside of their homes are exactly the same. I believe that behind closed doors, we all have totally different unique experiences in the way that we raise our children, our cultures, our food, the way we keep our houses, everything. So belief can fall under many different things, and a lot of things that we are accustomed to believing are things that we have been taught, especially coming up as a child. So yes, believe is what we accept to be true. So belief creates strength and willingness. We all need strength, whether it's physical strength, whether it's mental strength, whether it's emotional strength, whether it's that spiritual strength, that connection with God. We all need strength in some kind of way. And it says that belief creates strength. So we have to strengthen ourselves in different areas of our life. We are not going to just wake up one morning and be born with this supernatural strength, but in different the thing that's important to you, that you have fallen short at too many times before, that you have allowed yourself to become weak at, or the thing that you know that you can be a little stronger at. You might have a belief system that you have not been focusing on so much, or the way that you know that you should be focusing on, that not even to other people. You know better. Like, you know better. You know that you should be focusing on your beliefs a little more, and it can be religious beliefs to you. It may not be religious beliefs. I know sometimes people will approach me and say, I want to read the Bible more, or I want to practice my religion more, or I want to spend more time in the holy place that my religion goes to worship. And I'm like, well, why don't you? Because I want to change myself first. And sometimes a lot of people have so many different excuses. I'm not ready. First, go as you are. I know I did. I was a mess when I first stepped into the church, and I began to get better and better and better. But show up the way that you are. We want to fix ourselves up before we fix ourselves up, which don't make too much sense to me. If you have to go and get yourself together, go to your holy place, or reach out to your holy teacher, or whoever, your religious teacher, and you just need some kind of guidance and whatever, something that'll give you a jump start to lead you in a direction that you want to be led in. You have been neglecting the spiritual side of you for way too long. This is not a message about religion. I'm using this one thing for an example, because people come to me and say, oh, well, I wish I spent more time focusing on my religion. Well, just do it. And that, as far as anything is concerned, what are we waiting for to do anything? We're waiting to lose weight before we go to the gym. It doesn't make sense to me. Because I'm fat and everybody gonna be looking at me. It's fat people in the gym. How you think they want from being not as big as they were to how they are now. I wasn't as small as I am when I first started going to the gym. My weight fluctuated on and off. It was like a roller coaster ride, and I gradually began to lose the weight and shaping up the way. And I still feel like I have work to do. There's different areas of my body that I want to focus on for me to get in shape a little bit more. But don't wait to lose weight to go to the gym. Like, do it now. Do it fat. Do it out of shape. Do it breathing heavy. Do it with the bag of chips in the car, or the candy bar in your purse, or whatever. Because gradually you will begin to pick up these healthier habits, and you will see a lifestyle change. And that is with anything. Don't wait until you stop drinking, or stop using drugs, or stop cursing, or stop being promiscuous to turn to God. Turn to God as a whole. Like the whole turns to God. Do it how you are. Turn to God drunk. Turn to God high. Turn to God cursing if you have to. He's not going to reject you. God is not going to reject you. The people of this world rejects you, or will reject you quicker than God will. You can go to God and go to the church and go and begin to do whatever you know that you want to do to turn your life around. You can do it messed up. The people there did it messed up. The religious teachers did it messed up. The people in the congregation, or in the choir, or in the temple, or in the mosque, or wherever you go to pray, they did it messed up. We are messed up. Human beings are messed up, period. None of us are in the position to judge any other one of us. We all have issues, some more issues than others, or whatever. I don't know whose scale we're using here, but we try to point our finger at people and say, well, at least I'm not doing what you are doing. But you're doing something. You doing something. You just don't want to talk about it. Come on now. I don't got time for y'all this morning. We're not going to go there. Let me go ahead and get through our message. So we need to build up our strength and our willingness. We have to be willing to do certain things. And it's going to start with belief. So that is where all of that came from. So belief, it does build up strength and willingness. So belief affects the healing process and improves the overall quality of our lives. So we all have healing to do, but do you believe that there is healing out there for you? Do you want to heal? So I know a lot of people have a lot of healing to do, and I believe that we should start the healing process now, and we can start the healing process if we open ourselves up to believing. Some people don't believe that they are going to heal from their ailments. Some people don't believe that they're going to heal mentally. Some people think mental health issues, I don't know, they have accepted it as something that runs in their family. No, you saw that happen prior in your family, and you have accepted it as your personal belief. Well, since my mother was diagnosed with a certain mental health issue, then that makes me prone to be diagnosed with it, and you just acting crazy because you think you have to, because that's what happened in your family. And that's next thing you know, then your children are acting this way. That does not have to be your reality. You can believe in being released from the traps that has been holding your family bound for way too long. It does not have to become your reality, and you can begin setting those things in your mind. Like, I do not accept that as a reality for myself. I choose to break away from that, and whatever I have to do, you may have to take drastic measures. It may be a little difficult for you to break away from those chains, those generational curses. Maybe your family are weaker in some areas than other people's families are, but you don't have to accept the diagnosis. You can can do whatever it takes to break yourself free from those things. You have to be willing to do the work, though. So there is healing out there for us. Whatever healing may look like for you, you may have to heal from trauma or the loss of a loved one or whatever. And you may think that it is not possible for you to heal. You have to believe in your heart that there is healing out there for you, no matter how hard that trauma was, no matter how hard how bad the situation may have been. So many people with similar situations or even worse than yours have allowed themselves to be opened up to healing. I will heal from the loss or whatever, the divorce or the change in my finances, or I took a devastating hit, or my health, or whatever it might be. You have to believe in your heart that healing is out there for you. So belief, what does it say? Belief has an effect on the healing process and improves our overall quality of living. So, of course, belief is something that starts in our mind. It's mentally a place that we have to set ourselves in. So you have to like turn the dial from wherever it is to belief, and that is when it will become your reality. We can manifest these things within our life if we learn how to believe them for ourselves. It is important to remember that all of our beliefs are not true. And no, I didn't just make that up. It's true. Like some of the things that we believe in, some of religions. And let me just say this unapologetically, religion is just simply what it is, and that is religion. Religion was not here when the world became. Religion is something are things that we choose to believe in. So there are different things. I will use religion, that one thing. For example, some things that certain religions choose to teach are just whatever they believe it to be true. So not all things that we believe in are absolutely true, and that is the reality of it. A lot of things that we were taught in our homes and in our families are not true. I was taught that the things that went on inside of the home is none of anybody's business, and all of this kind of stuff, and so many secrets were swept under the rug, and I was totally outcast and all of these kind of things because I was taught that things were supposed to stay inside the home. But by all means, certain things are supposed to stay inside of the home. But in my case, like the things that were happening to me, the abuse that I had to endure inside of the home that were top secret, that were not supposed to be discussed. I am a survivor of childhood molestation and all of those type of things, but all type of abuse that I had to endure inside of my home. And I was taught to believe that those things were not to be spoken about under any circumstances outside of the home. There were people that I should have told about the things that were happening inside of my home if I was not taught to believe that those things were not to be spoken about. I never even told my father. Even to his dying day, my father had no clue that I was being molested inside of the home of my mother, because I was taught to never, under any circumstances, speak of those things outside of my home. So that's what I did. I guess maybe because I wanted to be accepted by the people that was supposed to be there to nurture me and love me. And I thought that maybe that was one way for me to be accepted, is to do with the things that they were teaching me to do. But by all means, if there are things that should not be going on inside of the home, and you believe that they're not supposed to be spoken about because that's what they are telling you. If you are someone who is being abused in any kind of way inside of your home, no matter what age you are, those things should be addressed outside of the home. because you will continue to live in suffering, and it will have a damaging effect on you mentally. And I know, because it happened to me, and it took a long time for me to even begin to heal from those things. I fell down a road of self-destruction because of the things that happened to me inside of a home, that I was taught to believe that those things should not go outside of the home, and that was not true. So we could be taught things even inside of our homes and even inside of our own families that are not true. You can be holding on to beliefs right now to this very day, even within your own family, that are absolutely not true. So you want to reevaluate your beliefs. You want to think about the things that you were taught to believe even to this very day. Like, what do you believe? How logical are these things that you believe? Does it even make sense for you to continue to hold on to some of the beliefs that that you have been holding on to in your life for so many years? It could be inside of your marriage, it could be inside of your family, inside of your home, inside of your job. They may have have a system in the workplace that is not very favorable to human beings. And I know I have lost many jobs because I did not fall into line with treating humans in a way, even with me working in a supervisor position and seeing a lot of things that went on inside of the offices. And I am not the type of person who does not stand up for what they believe. I will say that is not right. And I have gotten fired for saying I don't believe that that's right, and I'm not doing that. That is a human being. I am a human being. So it's certain things that I refuse to do just as a human being, because I didn't believe that it is right or fair to treat people in different ways. I don't care how much money you paying me, or what position that I'm in, or how many raises that you were promising me, and all of that type of thing. I know I would have been different off. I would have been able to elevate inside of different career fields, and I have been offered increase in that I have not taken or been turned down from, because I believe that human beings has the right to be treated fairly, and I don't want to treat anyone in a way that I would not want to be treated. So I sacrifice my own livelihood and my own well-being and my own paycheck and salaries and all of those kind of things. People have set numbers before me that I have never even saw before. But if they're expecting something out of me that I don't believe in, then I'm going to have to turn those numbers down. And it has been done in my case anyway. So stand by your beliefs. You know, sometimes we just have to make the firm decision to stand by the things that we believe in. But keep in mind, I just made the point that all things that we were taught to believe, it is not true. Some things may be true, some things may not be true. Just be mindful of the things that you choose to believe nowadays. I mean, always, you know, it could be down to maybe your choice of foods, or the way that you eat. And, you know, some people are sticklers about, I don't eat that, I wasn't taught to eat that, and all of those kind of things. And they're afraid to step out and try different and new things and all of those type of things, because they were not taught to believe those things are healthy or whatever. And they are stuck eating chicken and fried chicken and french fries and things like that for the rest of their lives. And sometimes you have to step out of what you believe and try new things. So there are two forms of belief. There are empowering beliefs and there are limiting beliefs. And they are exactly what they sound like. Empowering beliefs empowers you to do better, and limiting beliefs limits you from progressing and moving forward. So you want to be mindful, just like I said. All of the things that we believe in are not true. There's no question in it. All of the things that we were taught to believe in, even coming up from children, are not true. Some of them may be true, some of them may not be true, but you have your empowering beliefs that are going to help you and probably has helped you so much even to this point in your life. And you have your limiting beliefs that even probably to this very day has been limiting you from moving past a certain point in your life. So be mindful of your beliefs. We are talking about the power of believing today. So when you believe, you perform smarter and better. Who does not want that for themselves? You show up smarter, you show up better, you are able to perform in whatever that you are doing in your motherhood, in your profession, in your relationships, whatever it is. You are able to perform on a smarter and better level when you operate in certain beliefs. So belief is saying I will when it gets hard. What do you believe in? I'm asking you this question right now, and I want you to just think about it to yourself. You ain't gotta drop nothing in the comments or none of that. What do you believe in? Do you believe in love? Do you believe in friendship? Do you believe friendship still exists? Do you believe in your future? Do you believe in your own abilities? Love. Let's start with love. Some people don't believe that love still exists or that true love still exists. You are looking at a person that wholeheartedly believes in their heart of hearts. After all that I have been through as far as my so-called love life is concerned, I always hold on to the possibility of true love for myself. And even with my broken marriage, I know I mentioned my broken marriage because that is a part of my testimony. And I was damaged a lot. My womanhood was taken away from me. I don't know. I was lied to. I was deceived. I thought I was going to be with that person forever, and it didn't turn out anything like I expected it to be. So it was very damaging. It was very hurtful. It was a part of my life that was stripped away from me. I put a whole lot of some of the best years. I believe that I am continuing to get better now, but I did give my ex-husband the best of me. I cleaned myself up. I turned my life around. I was the best wife in my eyes that I believe that I could possibly be. I gave this man all of me and I received nothing. It was like fighting with fire. And every time I got burned. So I mean, not only that, not only my broken marriage, plenty of relationships that I have been in the past were not what I thought they probably should have ended up being. I've been hurt just like a lot of us. We have been hurt plenty of times in relationships in our lives, and I am not exempt from that. But even with all of that being a fact, I still believe in true love for myself. I really do. I open myself up to it because that's not fair to me, and that's not fair to my boo or whatever, that that I make someone else suffer for what someone else did to hurt me. Like that person didn't do it. You can't make, I mean, and I'm not gonna say we can't, because a lot of times we do. We make other people suffer for something that someone else did, and we make people jump through hoops and go through obstacles and all of these things to try to prove themselves to not be how the other person is. And we even may pass up on true love because we don't allow ourselves to be open to love, and we are so afraid of being hurt. Newsflash, you're going to be hurt from time to time. It is a part of life. I mean, it's just like anything. If you are a professional cook or a mastery chef, you're going to cut yourself and burn yourself sometimes. There's no getting around being hurt from time to time. It happens. Hurting requires healing, and then we move on to the next phase of our lives. But you don't want to die or leave this earth with never being able to experience what true love is because of whatever happened to you before in your past. So I open myself up to true love today because I want to experience that on a level that I have never experienced it before in my entire life. So I allow myself to be vulnerable to that because I deserve to be loved properly. My children deserve to see their mother being loved properly. My kids are so cold and so mean, not directly to the people that I date or choose to date, but they don't trust anyone from me. So I don't know how, they're going to, my date or whatever is going to pass the test once it's formally time to sit down and get to know my children a little more. And I'm telling you, I'm not mad at my kids, but my kids are overly protective of me, and I'm trying to understand it on their level, but they love me. I am their mother, and they do love me, and they know the things that I have been through, and they don't want to see me being hurt the way that I have been hurt before, which is totally understandable, and I appreciate them for that. But sometimes it can be too much, and I'm talking about all of them. Like, my daughters are as bad as my sons. You would think it's just my sons, and they're terrible too, but my daughters don't trust nobody with their mother. Like, they always have something to say. Every time I go on a date, I'm getting cursed out all the way out the front door. And most times it's by my daughters more than it is my sons. And I'm like, I'm sick of it at this point. But I know my track record don't look all that great. And I trust myself in this because I know what I deserve, and I leave myself open to that. So thank you, children, for caring so much about your mother. But I really don't need them to be as harsh as they are. Like, they always got something bad to say about my dates or whatever. They get on my nerves so bad. So our friendships. Sometimes we have had bad experiences with friendships, and we don't want to open ourselves up to friends, or finding a bestie and no new friends, and your old friends didn't work, or you have been deceived or stabbed in your back, and all of that by people who you may have considered your friend. But there are truly genuine people out here in this world who are worthy of being a great friend to you. So don't deny yourself a beautiful friendship of something that may have happened to you before in your past. Your future. How much do you believe in your future? Do you believe that great things lie ahead for you in your future? Because if you don't, you probably should. Don't let go of hope that things are not going to work out for you in your favor, for you in your future, because there are possibilities of great things happening to you, no matter how old or young you are, or what your track record may look like, or what may have happened to you before in your past. A person without hope is lost, and you don't want to be that lost person. You always want to hold on to hope for a better future for yourself in your life, your own abilities. Do you believe that you are able to accomplish certain things in your life? So you have to sell it to yourself before you can even attempt to sell it to anyone else. So I did write that down as well. Sell it to yourself before you try to sell it to someone else. You have to convince yourself of your own greatness. Hence, the end of my life lessons, where I always dive into affirmations, affirming great things over ourselves. I can affirm great things over you, but you have to believe these things within yourself in order for them to be effective in your life. So, things that we should believe in. So let's talk about things that we should believe in. I didn't too much get into things that we shouldn't believe in. I don't think so. I did think about it, but I wrote down the things that I believe that were important, that will hold some weight, that we can carry on with us beyond this message of belief. So things that we should believe in. We should believe that good people still exist. And I just went over that as far as friendships are concerned, as far as life partners are concerned, as far as our love life is concerned. There are genuinely great people out here in this world that still exist. And I'm telling you, because I encounter some of these people on the regular basis. Listen, shout out to y'all. I know some of y'all might watch my videos. I know some of you do watch my videos. I love you. And the reason why I still associate myself with you is because I believe in my heart that you are truly a genuine person. And I love that about you. And a lot of people think that they only learn so much from me, but I learned so much just from associating myself with such great people. It makes me a better person. So we should always hold on to the belief that there are still good people that exist in this world, because it is. As much as we try to believe that it's not, it truly is some great people that still exist in this world. So believe in yourself. We're talking about just a few things. I listed things that we should believe in. We're talking about the power of belief today. Believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. Never let go of the belief in yourself. We must believe in ourselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, then how is anyone else going to believe in you? Even when it does not look good, still believe in yourself anyway. You can tell yourself it doesn't feel good. I think it's going to be harder. That way of it didn't work. There is more than one way to skin a cat. There is more than one way to go about something to accomplish the thing that you want to accomplish. Just go about it in a different way, but do not let go of belief in yourself that these things can become your reality and is possible for you. And last but most importantly, believe in God. I believe that it is so important for us to believe in God, because God is the creator of all things. How do you think that you even exist here on this earth? Sometimes we minimize the power of God, and we maximize the power and potential of materialistic things, of money, of people and jobs and all of that, those type of things. We give the things of this world more credit than we give in our higher being. No, we can't see God with our eyes, but my father always taught me that we can meet God in our hearts. And I know that to be true. I'm so glad that my father expressed that to me so many times, that you can meet God in your heart, and God is always there in your heart, and you have to believe that God is there in your heart. Waiting for you. A lot of us don't have a spiritual connection with our higher being because we don't realize the importance of that spiritual connection. And that spiritual connection can be so far away from us, and that's because we don't spend enough time with God. We don't spend enough time praying. We don't spend enough time meditating, or just quieting our minds, or waiting to hear from God, or doing whatever it takes to have that spiritual connection with God, which I believe those things are very, very important. Giving gratitude, giving thanks, just being in the presence of God, asking God to make his presence known in our lives. If God, the presence of God has not been evident in your life thus far, that's because you have not invited the presence of God into your life. You have to open yourself up to the presence of God. You have to let God know that he is welcome here. You're welcome here in my life. I invite you here. Stop going about your own way of trying to figure things out. It hasn't worked. It doesn't work. And it didn't work so far, and we keep relying on our own way of thinking opposed to leaning on our higher power to help us get through life. Or we will leave our higher power as the last resort when it should be the first. That should be the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning. We should seek guidance from our higher power and express gratitude and pray. I mean, we should always believe in God, believe in the things that we are praying for. A lot of people, prayers go unanswered. Is not because God is not a God of answering prayers. We do serve a prayer answering God, but we don't believe in the things that we're praying for. We pray so nonchalantly, like, I don't know if you're going to answer my prayers or not. No, you got to go in that thing knowing that if I come to you, you are going to answer me in one way or another, even if it's not in the way that you want it to be or in the way that you expect it to be. Your prayers will not go unanswered. And I know that to be true because my prayers always go answer, whether it's a yes or a no, or is it answered in a different way, or I have to get rid of some things for you to get to some things, or however God chooses to answer my prayers. I can't tell God how to answer my prayers. I know my prayers doesn't go unanswered, and I know I believe in the things that I pray for when I go to God in prayer. I don't pray this with hoping or wishing or being unsure that God is going to answer my prayers. I pray knowing that if I'm bringing this thing to God in prayer, that my prayers is going to be answered. So that is one of the most powerful things that we can do within our belief is believe in God. So the more we believe and trust that God, the more that we believe and trust that God is more likely to answer our prayers. I don't think I wrote that down correctly. Please forgive me. So the more that we believe and trust in God, the more likely God is to work in our lives. So, I mean, it's really up to us whether our prayers are going to be answered or not. Because if we believe God to answer these prayers for us, then the more likely He is to show up and answer these prayers in our life. So that is basically what I was trying to say. Please excuse me. So, belief can work both ways. For you, one, and against you, two. So I know I mentioned that before when I did a study on faith. Like, faith can work both ways. It can work for you or against you. That's the same thing with belief. Belief can work for you or belief can work against you. Sometimes we can not believe in things that we should believe in, and we can believe in things that we shouldn't believe in. So you want your beliefs and your belief systems and the way that you have these things mapped out for you inside of your mind, you want them to work in your favor. You want your beliefs to be favorable for you. You don't want to just believe in something so you can be able to stand up and tell someone to believe in what you believe in or whatever you were taught to believe in. Your beliefs are your beliefs. But I'm trying, is there a right or a wrong way to believe? I believe that there is. I believe that the wrong way to believe is in a way that is not working out for you. So if you have been believing wholeheartedly in a thing that has not been so favorable for you, then maybe you want to redirect the way you have your belief system set up. Because if it has not worked for you thus far and you have been believing in these things for so long, then most likely it's never going to work out for you. So maybe you want to change or shift your beliefs in a way that is more favorable to you. So I believe that is the wrong way to believe, when your beliefs are just not working out for you. So think about some of the things that you choose to believe in. So believe that you are good enough, because you are. Believe that you are good enough. Sometimes we can, oh gosh, we could just down talk ourselves. I don't have this, or this person has this, and that person has that, and I'm just not good enough. And then next thing you know, you have built up so many bitter beliefs about yourself that you are just not good enough. In all reality, you are. You are good enough. You are good enough for that job. You are good enough for your spouse. You are good enough to be respected. You are good enough to be loved. You are good enough to be honored. You are good enough to be considered and acknowledged and paid attention to and paid the amount of money that you deserve to be paid, and all of those type of things. We tell ourselves that we are not good enough. Therefore, we settle for less than what we are settled, than for less than we deserve. We settle for a spouse or a mate, someone who is just not on our level, someone who just does not make us happy. A lot of us can do way better than what we have done or are currently doing, as far as our choice in our mate is concerned. Listen, I'm just a messenger here. Come on, you are good enough to settle for the best of the best, and to not settle until someone who is worth your time is going to step up and show you the best inside of them. And you can be the best of you, and they can be the best of them. Some people that we settle down with bring the worst out of us, and you cussing and you snapping every chance you talk to them, and they just get on your last nerve. Like every time. That could be, with anybody, with your spouse, your mate, your fiance, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Your friendship, the people that we choose to associate ourselves with, even in our own family. If the people that you associate yourself with does not bring out the best in you, you may want to reconsider the type of people that you associate yourself with, because you are worthy of and you are good enough. So you have to believe that within yourself, that you are worthy and good enough for the best of the best, and continue to hold on to that belief for yourself forever. And you don't have to let that down, even if you have to sacrifice and be alone. There is power in solitude, and learn yourself and love yourself more, and practice more self-love and self-care and self-compassion and all of those type of things, and get to know yourself more before you decide to get in a relationship or be in any kind of communication or ship with anybody. And you just have to take that time out to work on yourself before you get in a relationship. Then do that for yourself, because then you will realize your self-worth. You will realize that you are good enough, and you will refuse to settle for less than what you are really worth. So did you know that you can increase your lifespan by believing positive things about yourself? Like, you could literally, I ran across this during my study, you could literally tack years onto your life and expand your life by believing positive things about yourself. I was like, wow, that is powerful. That is powerful. It is awesome. It is amazing. And I love, love, love everything about that you can expand your life by believing positive things about yourself. So belief starts with you. Believe in miracles and believe that dreams do come true. So I'm so glad that I wrote that down, especially in this season of holidays and celebrating the holidays, and so many things that we want for ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with believing. My job had they had selfies with Santa and the whole holiday festival, and it was really nice. It was for the kids, but I was one of the kids that day. So I went and got my selfie with Santa, and they had like the little craft table where me and the kids sat at the table and we wrote out our Christmas list and our wish list and the things that we hope for. And I'm telling you, when I was not shy in asking, I just wasn't. Like, I really put on my list the things that I desire in my heart. And I know that Santa won't be able to give me the things that I put on my wish list. He looked at my list. He said, I don't know if we can fit that under the tree. But I still believe in my heart that I can get everything that is on my list. I believe that it is already mine and it's already on its way to me. I believe those things for myself because those are the things that I want for myself. And it's always good to write those things down. That's why I did not deny myself sitting down and writing down some of the things that I dream of. Oh man, I wrote my biggest dreams down on my Christmas list, and I gave it to Santa. So I mean, just the act of doing that really ignited a sense of belief within me. I know it might sound childish or immature or whatever, but when you hold on to that belief and you believe that these things can become your reality, that did something for me. That really did something for me, releasing my beliefs and writing them down and expressing them on paper and thinking about the things that I believe in my heart and knowing that these things are possible for me. And I hold on to those beliefs, and I believe that everything that I put down on my wish list and gave to Santa, I believe in my heart that all of those things will become my reality. So we have to manifest things in our life. We have to dream. Even a lot of the things that I dreamt about as a child are becoming my reality. Even during the abuse that I had to endure, I used to break away sometimes and dream and visualize and see these things in open gardens and paths of violets and flowers and breeze and sunshine. And these are the things that has become my reality. Even to this very day, I am literally watching my dreams unfold in so many different areas of my life right now. And I believe that for myself. I dream for myself. These are how these things are going to manifest in our life. But if you don't dream at all and you don't believe at all, or you don't visualize or manifest or imagine anything for yourself at all, what are the probabilities of these things becoming a reality for you if you don't even believe that some of these things are going to be able to come true? It feels good to manifest your dreams and to allow your dreams to come true right in front of your face. I remember as a child visualizing some of these things and even the feelings of it, the warm breeze coming across my face and me being free of the poverty and the things that I had to suffer through even as a child. And those things becoming my reality, and me thinking to myself while living these things right here and now today, and saying to myself, wow, dreams do come true. And they do. Dreams do come true, but you have to believe it for yourself. You have to want it for yourself. You have to visualize it for yourself. You have to manifest it for yourself. Believe in your heart that whatever you dream about can become your reality. Don't just not dream it at all. Dream it and believe it on such a mass level. The biggest thing that you could possibly believe for yourself. It's better to dream big than to not dream at all. So allow your dreams to become your reality by believing these things for yourself. I believe that manifestation is real. I believe that miracles do come true. I believe that I serve a miracle working God. I believe that God can perform a miracle in my life at the drop of a button. I believe that God performs miracles in my life all the time. When I look at my children, I know that our stories could have ended different, and we could be living in so much way worse than what we are living right now. We are extremely blessed, me and my children, and I'm grateful for that. And I know that that is only God's grace, and I know that they are miracles of God, even for us to be where we are today. So believe in miracles, believe those things for yourself, and allow them to manifest before your eyes, and allow them to become true. They are not going to happen at the blink of an eye, or you are not going to see it manifest just like that. But the sooner you begin to dream and believe and manifest, the sooner those things are going to become your reality. So open yourself up to those things, and allow those things to manifest in your life, because dreams and miracles do come true. And I am living proof of that. So I'm so glad that I wrote that down. So once we stop believing, we stop trying. So you don't want to stop believing. You want to continue to believe so you can continue to try, because that's how you make things possible for yourself. Believe and continue to try. Don't stop believing. Even when it does not look good, always continue to believe. So doubt your doubts and believe your beliefs. That is one way that we can help ourselves. We go around doubting things all the time. Think about that thing that you doubt. Like, I doubt if that's the love of my life, or I doubt if that's my person. I doubt that my doubts about the potential love of my life is true, because this could really be the love of my life. Doubt your doubts. Doubt your doubts. Believe your beliefs. I believe this. But what if it's not true? Believe it anyway. Believe it for yourself. If there's great probability that it can open up a new world of everything that you want it to be for yourself, then believe it. Believe in your beliefs. You are not going to believe anything for yourself, or you shouldn't believe anything for yourself that is going to go against what you truly desire in your heart. So most of and all of your beliefs should be things that are going to work out for you in your favor. So doubt your doubts and believe your beliefs. Believe that you desire to be believe that you deserve to be happy. Excuse me. Um, believe that you deserve to be happy just as much as anyone else. Sometimes we can see the happiness over other people's lives, and we don't believe that we deserve to be as happy as other people, or we don't believe those things for ourselves. We believe that other people deserve to be happy, or we have done so much damage in our lives or messed up. I've heard people say this out of their own mouths. I don't believe that I deserve that level of happiness. I've messed up and all of these type of things. No matter how much you messed up, you still deserve to be happy. You still deserve to be happy. We all deserve to be happy. You can change yourself around and not continue to mess up in ways that you have messed up before in the past, and you can go after the happiness and the desires that you deserve in your heart, because in our reality, you still deserve to be happy no matter how much you messed up. So research shows that the key to success is belief. So belief is the key to success, and that is what research studies show. So some of the most successful people who have ever walked the face of the earth did not become as successful as they have become. without having a sense of belief. So we have to believe in order to become successful. Be conscious about your beliefs because they change your life. So we have to be very mindful and conscious about the things that we choose to believe in, because our beliefs change our lives. So what do you want? What do you want out of life? What are your desires? What are your goals? Create positive beliefs and believe that you can achieve them. So that's a great starting point on acquiring great beliefs for yourself, is getting down to the bottom of what you really want in your life. What are your heart's desires? What do you truly want for yourself? That is a starting point. And do you believe that you can acquire these things for yourself? So belief unleashes you and it takes the limits off. So sometimes we can be like tied down to our unbeliefs and like held captive by our unbeliefs. And when we begin to believe, it opens up a whole new world for us. It unleashes so many more great possibilities for ourselves when we begin to believe. It takes the limits off and it unleashes things for us. We're talking about belief today, that it just feels so good. It just like gave me like butterflies in my stomach just thinking about some of the things that can possibly become my reality, even with me just believing in these things. So what you believe drives you to do better for yourself. And that's true on so many levels. What you believe drives you to do better for yourself. And who doesn't want to do better for themselves? We all should want to do better for ourselves. So check your beliefs. Stop worrying about what others think about you and do what you believe in your heart is best for you. So listen, we put too much emphasis. I said this way too many times before. We put way too much emphasis on what other people think about us and what other people think that we should do and all of those kind of things. And what is most important is what we believe for ourselves and what we want for ourselves. So we have to stop worrying about other people's opinions of us and what they're going to think about our beliefs. And even if you choose to switch religions or go from one religion to whatever, that's none of anyone's business. Do what you believe that is in your heart. People are always going to have things to say. And you can't stop people from talking. They are going to talk regardless. So still, despite of all the chit chatter and whatever people choose to say behind your back, in front of your face, don't do things based off of other people's opinions of you. We have to think about what really makes us happy, what pleases us, what pleases us inside of our hearts and our minds and inside of our spirits, and do what we believe what makes us happy. So that is how I ended my message on belief. I do have a few quotes and a few affirmations, but I'm so glad that God placed it in my heart to do a message on belief. I don't think we believe enough. And this is the season of beliefs. We should believe great things for ourselves, even coming into the new year with us wanting to set resolutions for ourselves and set up goals and create new change and new lives for ourselves and all of those type of things. If we don't hold on to some type of belief that these things can become our reality, how possible is it going to be for these things to become our reality if we don't believe them for ourselves? So we have to hold on to some type of belief that the things that we want for ourselves can actually become our reality, because they can. And you will stop those things from becoming your reality if you don't believe them for yourself. So I encourage us all to walk into this new year with belief in our hearts, with belief belief in our higher power, with belief in our own capabilities and our own abilities, and belief in God and believe in ourselves. Let's begin to practice the art of believing and use yourself as a test dummy. That's what I do most of the time. Like with all of these things, I use myself as a crash dummy, as a test dummy. But with all of these things, it's all a learning process. It is all trial and error. It is all worth it. Anytime that we take time out to do things for ourselves that are going to benefit us, that is going to help us, that is going to grow us, that is going to further us, it is never a waste of time. So be a crash dummy today and practice belief on yourself. And even if it doesn't look good, or if it doesn't work right, or whatever, or if it's taking too long, still continue to believe in yourself anyway. Because when you see that seed start to sprout and it start to grow and these things start to manifest, when you see a change within yourself, when you see the world as you know it, your world, not the world, but your world, when you see your world begin to change in favor and alignment and grace and peace and joy and happiness, and all of these things begin to become your portion, abundance and prosperity and the things that you prayed for and love. I'm telling you, these things are right at the tip of your fingers, only if you believe these things for yourself. I'm telling you, it is going to take belief, and belief starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with you and it ends with you. No one can do it for you. No one can say, hey, I want to put some belief on your life. Other people can believe in you, but how much is it going to mean for other people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? So let's begin to practice learning how to believe in ourselves today. You will be so overly ecstatic about the outcome of the things that begin to manifest in your life once you begin to believe in yourself. I'm telling you, because I know. I do it. I do it all the time, and it works. So I wrote down a quote from Miss Oprah Winfrey. Hats off to you, Queen. God bless you. Thank you to for your contribution to this world. We all should know who Oprah Winfrey is. She is one of the few black billionaires in this world who started from nothing and believed in herself and acquired everything. And more than anything, she has peace over her life and joy and so much wisdom that she shares with us. And this is what Miss Oprah Winfrey said. She said, you don't become what you want, you become what you believe. You don't become what you want, you become what you believe. So I love that. And we can want it until our face fall off. But if you don't believe it, you will never become it. So if you want to become it, you must believe it. And this comes from a woman who has become what she wanted to become in her life and made such a great impact on this world and difference in the lives of so many people all across the world. You don't become what you want, you become what you believe. So we have to learn how to believe in these things for ourselves. Thank you so much, Miss Oprah Winfrey, for leaving those golden nuggets with us that will hopefully resonate in the hearts of many people for many years to come, and hopefully maybe forever. And my second quote is from a man named Mr. Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill is my all-time favorite motivational speaker, author. I love the wisdom that radiates from this man even beyond the grave. He has been gone for many years, but he has made a contribution to this earth that will linger on forever. He is the author of Think and Grow Rich, which changed the lives of many people all over the world. That book sold millions of copies and still to this day continues to sell millions of copies of Think and Grow Rich all over the world. If you have never heard of Mr. Napoleon Hill, I recommend that you listen to some of his wise teachings. I listen to lectures by Napoleon Hill almost every single day. And I listen to some of the same lectures over and over and over again, and I hear them differently, different messages, or I might hear something the 20th time that I didn't hear the second time. So it has such a great impact on my life for me to be able to live out these things. And Mr. Napoleon Hill was really big on the power of positive thinking and how we can use our minds to control the direction of our lives, and the power of our minds and our thoughts. And the true success of a man is the man who knows how to control his own thinking. I can tell you so many things that I learned from Napoleon Hill. But this is the quote that Mr. Napoleon Hill left with us. He said, "Wherever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, he can achieve." I'm going to read that again. Whatever the mindset of a man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. Listen, I need you to take that home with you today. I'm telling you, if you can conceive it in your mind and you can believe it, then you can achieve it. It can become your reality. I don't think we put enough emphasis on that, of the power of thought, of our thinking, and the things that we build up these pictures and imaginations and things in our mind. What are you imagining and conceiving and believing for yourself in your own mind? Or do you believe that these things can actually become your reality? And this came from a man of great success, and so many people still to this very day can talk about how the wise teachings of Mr. Napoleon Hill contributed to their high levels of success even to this very day. So big shout out to you, Mr. Napoleon Hill. May your soul forever rest in peace, and thank you to your contributions that you made to this world. So I have a few belief affirmations, and I want you to speak these things over yourself. I cannot express that enough. Please be able to speak these things over yourself, because I want you to believe great things for yourself. So this is my first affirmation. All I need to succeed is within me. And that's so true. You have all you need. God placed that in my spirit so many years ago when I thought that I was never going to be good enough. And God told me that I was, and that I had everything inside of me to be whatever I wanted to be. And once I believed that for myself, I began to grow and elevate and succeed on many different levels that I'd never even imagined myself succeeding on. And I believe that for myself. All I need to succeed is within me. And my second affirmation is, I am more than enough. I want you to speak that over yourself, because you are more than enough. You may think that you are not enough at all, and other people may think that you are not enough. You are. You are enough. You are more than enough. You will always be enough. You will continue to be more than enough. You have to believe that within yourself, and you have to act as if you are enough. Act like you the sugar, honey, iced tea, baby, because you are. Listen, I'm telling you, you have to walk in it. Stop up in it. Like you the big poncho in charge. Be a boss of your world. I'm telling you. Show the world who you are and what you are capable of doing. It is inside of you, and believe that you can do it, because you can. You can. So that is my message on the power of believing today, the power of belief. And I hope that we all got something out of that message today. That was fun. That was amazing to me. That like put me on such a high cloud that I don't even want to come down from. I don't know what it did for you, but it really did so much for me. I want to always continue to believe that there are great things and possibilities that lies ahead in my life and in my future for me. So I know I am way beyond my time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and get out of your way. Good morning to those of you who have joined this live broadcast. Good morning. God bless you. And thank you so much for your presence here. Before I go, I just want to really quickly shout out my nonprofit. It's still accepting donations. It's a heart to give, and we are preparing for our holiday giveaway where we go to some less fortunate people and give of our hearts to let them know that they are remembered and cared for in these seasons of us celebrating the holidays. So you can cash at me at Sakarah Bay. That is $SAKARAH. Last name in all caps, BEY. That is on Cash App. And that is for my Heart to Give nonprofit organization where we will give of our hearts in this season of celebrating. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, that is True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. I am overly so grateful and excited for the things that are happening on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is doing big things. People are acknowledging me all across the world, and I am grateful for that, to be able to spread a message of hope and love all across the world, even on my social media platforms. Thank you for your presence here. Thank you for all of the followers, people who have chosen to follow me on social media and view my reels and videos and all of those type of things. Your likes, shares, views, loves, hearts, all of those things. I recognize all of it. And from the bottom of my heart, I am truly ever so grateful. Thank you so much for supporting me, even in whatever way that you have supported me. Some have even dropped stars on there. The stars are 99 cents on my Facebook platform if you want to support me in a monetary way. So thank you in advance for that as well. And thank you for you who have already supported me in that way. And my books are available and on sale. My first book, they are available and on sale on Amazon. So you can go right to Amazon. You can look up, you can Google these titles too, and my name and the title of my books will come up this holiday season. You can gift someone one, two, or all of the books. I have 4 books currently published on Amazon, short, power-packed reads that will help you as stepping stones move in the direction that you want to go in. So my first book is True Value Knowing Your Worth. That is a powerful testimony of how God allowed me to make it through some of the roughest times of my life. And I know if God did it for me, he can do it for any of you, from everything from my testimony of being molested as a child to how I overcome my addiction to the loss of my parents. I can't remember what all 5 chapters are, but there's a little bit for everything in True Value Knowing Your Worth. So don't deny yourself purchasing that book. You can get it paperback, Kindle. That is what all the books, they are available in both ways. Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasure. That is my second book, where we look deep down inside of ourselves and discover the treasures that is hidden inside of us, treasures that we probably don't even know that is there. So that is Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. That's my second book. Feed Your Soul. In this new year, we're setting New Year's resolutions for ourselves. My third book is Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness. I am a health guru. I love everything about physical health and mental health as well, but I do a lot for my body, physically. I do a lot of training, toning, physical activity. I love the things that the positive ways that impact that is having on my body just from the things that I do for myself physically on the regular basis. I am healthier and stronger than I have ever been in my entire life. So you can go ahead and grab Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness, if you want certain tips on how to step into a journey of a healthier lifestyle. I believe in my heart that Feed Your Soul is going to help you acquire that for yourself. And last but not least, which is absolutely my favorite, and that is Religiously, and that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion for some reason, maybe because I am a very spiritual person and I acknowledge the spiritual side of me. I do not deny myself of acknowledging the spiritual side of me, but Religiously is my favorite so far, and all of them are my babies. I cannot lie. I love these projects that God has laid on my heart to manifest down on paper and be able to tell my story and empower people and inspire and encourage, especially someone like me who come from such a dark background and have gone through so much in life, and I am able to tell my story of how I made it through. I believe myself to be very victorious and very courageous, and I am an overcomer from all of the things that God has allowed me to go through, and this is why I choose to share these things with you. So do yourself a favor and purchase the books. Like I said, you can look up my first and last name, Sakira Bay. I do have an author's page on Amazon where I believe all of my books should show up on my author's page, or you can Google me as an author on Amazon, and the titles should come up as the books that I have available for purchase on Amazon. So God bless you, and I love you. I know I am way beyond an hour or hour and a half. I don't even know how long I have been on here, but I'm so glad that we took this time out together and talked about the power of believing. We should all believe in ourselves. Continue to carry hope for yourself, for the future that you want, whether you want to work on your mental health, your peace of mind, your physical health, your financial future. You want to create wealth for yourself, whatever you want to do for yourself. You want a better relationship with your loved ones, or you have hope for a romantic, loving relationship for yourself in your future. Believe those things for yourself. Believe the life that you want to live for yourself. Believe in yourself and allow these things to become your reality. It is possible for you. It is possible for me. It is possible for anyone who chooses to believe. So that's it. God bless you. I love you. I love y'all so much. Y'all go out here and get over this hump. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I just want to express my gratitude to you. I know I have done it already before, but I have the attitude of gratitude, and I know that I will not be where I am if it was not for the people that support me in the ways that they do on the regular basis. So I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Lord willing, I will be right back here on Friday, 9:30 a.m. With a message, just a message to start your weekend off, going into Christmas Eve weekend and preparing for the holidays. And I want us to be able to prioritize ourselves and pay yourself some attention and nurture yourself and do all the necessary things that you have to do to be able to celebrate this Christmas season, holiday season, a season that should be of joy and of peace and happiness and humility and giving and sharing and loving. And let's not think of let's not deny ourselves the things that are important while we celebrate in these seasons, for whatever reason that you are celebrating in these seasons. Allow those things to be important to you. So God bless you, and I love you and thank you. In the meantime, you all continue to stay blessed.